It's your under degree. Sip with me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling his tea, spilling and sipping his tea, spilling and sipping his tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under degree, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Sipping this, sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under degree, shining bright. Set the stage, Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape.
AJ,
sip this tea, sip with me. Spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling this tea, sipping and spilling this tea, sipping and spilling this tea, sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea.
One more time, y'all. Let a couple people get in here.
It's your under degree.
I told y'all.
I'll pour it hot,
Let's go.
so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under degree, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea. Spilling this tea.
Let's go, Diamond Gang. Hit the mic.
Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under degree, shining bright. Set the stage, Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape and sip this tea.
Let's go, y'all.
Sip
with me.
Spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling this tea, sipping and spilling this tea, sipping and spilling this tea, sipping and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea.
What's good, Diamond Gang? We had a hell of a live last night. Welcome, everybody. Hi, Oscar. What's up, EJ? But I told y'all, Kristi was about to lose her job. I told y'all the things that she was doing. I'm going to say this time, Trump did the right thing. So I'm going to bring my screen up. Yeah. Let's get into it. This is insane. Kristi, let's go. I tried to tell y'all she was doing way too much. Way too much.
From recording to edit and even generating clips automatically from your podcast
Let's
to
get
share
it.
on socials. Thanks to local recording with Riverside means
for the Shields of the Americas, our new security initiative in the Western Hemisphere we are announcing on Saturday.
Hold on, gang. Sorry, gang. Hold on. Let me get it up here.
Doral, Florida. I thank Kristi for her service at Homeland. One more.
This is a CBS News special report. I'm Major Garrett in New York. President Trump just announced via social media Kristi Noem is out as Homeland Security Secretary. The president said in that same post that he is nominating Oklahoma Senator Mark Wayne Mullen to be her replacement. I'm going to turn now to Nancy Cordes.
I'm going to tell y'all right now, I just seen footage of her replacement, and he's something else.
Our chief White House correspondent who joins us from North Lawn. Nancy?
Major, after about 24 hours of speculation, the president, as he likes to do, just made the announcement himself via Truth Social, saying that he was going to be putting Mark Wayne Mullen, the senator from Oklahoma, in charge of the Department of Homeland Security, and essentially demoting, not firing, but reassigning Kristi Noem to.
At least she still got a job, y'all. She got to be thankful for that.
What he described as special envoy for the Shield of the Americas, which he said is a new security initiative in the Western Hemisphere that he plans to announce on Saturday in Florida. This caps several days of controversy over an answer that Kristi Noem gave to senators in a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing the other day, in which.
And I'm going to show you guys the answer that made Trump decide to cut her loose. I downloaded that clip, and I'm going to show it to you guys.
She was asked about a $200 million ad campaign starring her that she had produced as Secretary of Homeland Security, in which she urged people living here in the country illegally to self-deport. She was asked if the president knew that she was going to spend that kind of money on that ad campaign. She said, yes, the president himself had signed off on it. Well,
I showed y'all that clip last night. So Kristi basically lied and said that Trump okayed that money, those ads. That was a lot.
We began to hear through sources that the president hadn't signed off on it, and that he was, unhappy with the answer that Noem had given. She was already, we understand, on thin ice given the handling of arrests in Minneapolis, Minnesota, over the past couple of months, and then the.
Trump, you did the right thing on this one. I might not agree on a lot of things that Trump do, but on this one, he did the right thing.
President announcing just a few minutes ago, Major, that he is indeed replacing her, which is a major piece of news given how reluctant he has been to reassign or fire any cabinet level officials in his second term. As you know better than anyone, Major, he fired a lot.
I showed you guys last night, so many U.S. citizens were detained without reason. I showed you guys all of this last night.
A lot of cabinet members in his first term, but this time around, he's been much more reluctant to do so.
And Nancy, we should underscore this will require a confirmation process for Mark Wayne Mullen, the senator from Oklahoma, because he's a sitting senator. That is assumed to be much more easy than someone who is not a member of the body. But we also should remind our viewers that currently, because of an impasse over DHS funding, the agency over which Kristi Noem used to oversee, and then Mark Wayne Mullen, if he's confirmed, will oversee, is still absent full fiscal year funding. That standoff continues.
I also showed y'all last night, she had her boyfriend with a criminal background working up underneath her.
Correct. And some Democrats have already said this morning, Major, that it might be easier to negotiate a way out of this impasse if Noem is no longer at the helm of the Department of Homeland Security, if they are working with other officials, if they're talking to their colleague at this moment, Mark Wayne Mullen, who was dogged by reporters in the halls of Congress just today, said he hadn't spoken to the president, didn't give anything away. You're right that he will likely have an easier confirmation process because he is so well known to these senators. And of course, Oklahoma is a deep red state, which means.
Let me stop this. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the clip that got her up out of there. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring that up. Hold on, gang. Let me bring that clip up. Her answer, Trump didn't like it. Let's go. This is what...
Sir, the president tasked me with getting the message out to the country and to...
Apparently, the president was unhappy with this answer right here, y'all.
...to other countries where we were seeing the invasion come from, with putting commercials out that told them that if they were in this country illegally, that they needed to leave, or we would detain them and remove them, and they'd not get the chance to come back to America the right way. That has been extremely effective.
Ask you to run these advertisements, is that right?
We had that conversation, yes, before I was put in this position. And
gang, this is what got Kristi Noem fired. This right here, this lie right here.
Sworn in and confirmed, and since then as well.
Okay. The president has fired Kristi Noem. Good riddance.
Let me go back because we're going to listen to her lie one more time.
Sir, the president tasked me with getting the message out to the country and to other countries where we were seeing the invasion come from, with putting commercials out that told them that if they were in this country illegally, that they needed to leave, or we would detain them and remove them, and they'd not get the chance to come back to America the right way. That has been extremely effective.
Ask you to run these advertisements, is that right?
We had that conversation, yes, before I was put in this position and sworn in and confirmed.
Bingo, right there, right there, right there. She danced around so many answers, but this one is what put the nail in the coffin for her.
And since then as well.
Okay. The president has fired Kristi Noem. Good riddance. But the problems at this agency, ICE, transcend any one person. The rot is deep. The president has to end the violence and rein in ICE.
We do indeed have some breaking news, and this comes a day after a difficult couple of days on Capitol Hill in both the House and the Senate for Kristi Noem, the Homeland Security Secretary. She is being replaced. Senator Mark Wayne Mullen is now going to take over her job. The president making the announcement on Truth Social just a short time ago. He writes, quote, "I am pleased to announce that the highly respected United States Senator from the great state of Oklahoma, Mark Wayne Mullen, will become the United States Secretary."
Okay, that's fine. Fired, replaced. She's gone. She's no longer in her position. Call it what you want to call it. Put cherries on the top, icing. Do what you need to do to fluff it up. But she's done. She's no longer in that position. That's it. That's all.
Of Homeland Security, effective March 31st of this month, of this year.
Let me correct that. She's been demoted, and rightfully so.
The current Secretary, Kristi Noem, who has served us well and has had numerous and spectacular results, especially on the border, will be moving to be special envoy for the Shield of the Americas, which is a new security initiative in the Western Hemisphere that they're announcing on Saturday at Doral in Florida. The president says, "I thank Kristi for her service at Homeland."
It says clear as day. Trump fires DHS Secretary Kristi Noem. Let's go.
So this comes amid reports that the president was none too pleased about the advertising campaign money that came to light during these hearings, Sandra. And so just in the last 24 hours, we've heard a lot.
I showed you guys yesterday. She had fake businesses, no contact information, no address, no email. She was doing a lot.
A lot of rumors that Mark Wayne Mullen may be tapped for DHS, and now it appears the president has made that decision, and that's going to happen at the end of the month.
President Trump just announced via social media
lavish planes with bids in them, just mismanaging taxpayers' money.
Kristi Noem is out as Homeland Security Secretary. President said in that same post that he is nominating Oklahoma Senator Mark Wayne Mullen to be her replacement.
$200 million ad campaign, which
again, $200 million ad campaign. This is what she was doing with taxpayers' money.
a lot of people saw as way in excess, including Republican senators. Senator Kennedy, in particular, was pressing her on it. She suggested that the president was in lockstep with her, knew about all the aspects of this, and now the president is telling others that that was not the case. Senator Kennedy actually just spoke a few moments ago and said that
she told many lies to the American people. Many, not just one or two, many.
Her impression of what the president knew and wanted was completely different from a conversation that he had with the president. The other big thing here,
Trump said, nah, I got enough going on. I'm not letting you get away with that. You're not going to lie on me.
we have to point out, while the president was very pleased with how the border has been shut down in terms of the large numbers of people coming through the southern border, the execution of how to remove undocumented people became a lightning rod issue in this country, particularly in how it was manifesting itself in Minnesota.
I wish they could. When you said, can they arrest her now? I wish they could. But she's been demoted, so she's still there. Yeah, go Trump, go. I agree.
Of crisis and have people believe what they say. And in Minnesota in particular, the fact that the Homeland Security Secretary gave out wrong information. She claimed, for example, that Mr. Preddy had brandished a weapon.
Yes, she did. She lied on Alex Preddy and Renee Good. She labeled them terrorists, domestic terrorists.
Prior to the confrontation, that just was not borne out by the facts at all. The notion of calling people domestic terrorists before all the information had come in. These are things that break down in terms of credibility issues as well. But I think again, the testimony on Capitol Hill, it was remarkable to see Republican senators, particularly the senator from North Carolina, Tillis, basically call the department and the secretary a disaster. His word, not mine.
Period.
Here's a breaking news into the Don Lemon Show newsroom, and it was predicted. We predicted it here on our show. Kristi Noem is fired. Donald Trump has fired Kristi Noem, according to sources. He's apparently upset over this $220 million campaign that she...
And that's just not it. Just that campaign is not it. It's so much more she was doing.
He launched urging immigrants undocumented immigrants to self-deport. She said in a hearing yesterday that Donald Trump signed off on it. Donald Trump is contradicting that to folks, according to sources, saying he never signed off on that. Now, here's what is going on. By saying that, Donald Trump is now accusing his own Homeland Security Department head of lying under oath. That's perjury. We'll see what happens. But the reports are Kristi Noem has been fired.
Do you guys think that they're going to get her on perjury? I'm going to be honest. I don't think they're going to do anything else to her. That's just about it. She's been demoted, but we'll see.
And it could not come fast enough for most people, especially considering what is happening in Minnesota and beyond with these goons that have been yanking people off the streets, some of them citizens, and some of them, many of them, most of them don't have criminal records. Kristi Noem, out. Ice Barbie is iced.
Not Ice Barbie. Let me minimize this. I got another video to show you guys. He said Ice Barbie is out. This is it. This is what I want to show y'all. She literally had her boyfriend. Her husband was in the room with her, the courtroom. She had her boyfriend with her. He works there, Corey, working with her and everything else. His rap sheet is horrible. Let's go. Let's go.
Imagine being able to build anything. Just
hold on, gang. Horrible.
By thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
And Trump didn't like
The
him.
gentlelady from California is recognized for 5 minutes.
Trump told her.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Trump told her, get rid of that man.
Thank you, Secretary, for joining us. Finally, you are in charge of protecting the homeland. And so your judgment and the judgment of your senior staff can be the difference between life and death. So I think that judgment would need to be unassailable. Why then, is the question, have you made Corey Lewandowski your de facto chief of staff who possesses an unchecked level of power?
Did y'all hear that, Corey?
At DHS. Under your leadership, this person has done things like fire your FEMA administrator while sitting behind your desk, which is your job to do, lobby to build the controversial detention facility known as Alligator Alcatraz, which has turned into a legal boondoggle costing Florida millions, and have veto and reviewing and signing power over large DHS contracts and grants, which again is your job.
Allegedly, this is her boyfriend. This I showed you guys last night when they were on the plane and they forgot her favorite blankie. She fired that pilot and then had to rehire the pilot because they had no way to get back. This is the man that was on that plane with her.
DHS has critical agency components like the Secret Service, FEMA, Border Patrol, cybersecurity. So does Corey Lewandowski have national security experience, military experience, law enforcement experience? No. He is a lobbyist, a failed campaign manager, which is causing my constituents who are waiting for their FEMA dollars and me to wonder what are his qualifications for this job. So according to the Wall Street Journal, you and Mr. L have a close relationship that has made President...
Listen up. President Trump was not okay with this man.
And Trump, quote, uncomfortable. The president reportedly denounced Corey Lewandowski as your chief of staff due to...
Did you hear that? Trump denounced this man.
Reports of a romantic relationship between the two of you. So instead, you designated him as a special government employee, a position he has had well beyond the allowed 130 days and requires him to disclose if he is making money off of his position. Trump knows that this guy is shady. Corey has a decades-long record of physical battery, sexual harassment.
And you know he gotta be shady if Trump called him shady. Listen to this record, y'all.
Illegal lobbying for a Venezuelan oil company and bringing a loaded gun into a federal...
A loaded gun. This
sexual harassment, illegal lobbying for a Venezuelan oil company.
One more time, sexual harassment.
Trump knows that this guy is shady. Corey has a decades-long record of physical battery, sexual harassment, illegal lobbying for a Venezuelan oil company, and bringing a loaded gun into a federal building. Despite being fired or removed from virtually every position he has ever held due to misconduct, he now wields unchecked, unconfirmed, undisclosed power over your department.
That's who she put right next to her. Right next to her. He making big decisions, firing people. She's married, y'all. Married.
Person has no experience running anything close to Department of Homeland Security or even advising someone in your position. He is unqualified, which again has left my constituents and I wondering why he is your top official. So Secretary Noem, at any time during your tenure.
So y'all know they was living La Vida off of this money, taxpayers' money at that. Living La Vida Loca.
As Director of Department of Homeland Security, have you had sexual relations with Corey Lewandowski?
Mr. Chairman, I am shocked that we're going down and peddling tabloid garbage in this committee today.
Reclaiming
and
my
ma'am,
time.
one thing that I would tell you is...
And man, y'all, her husband is sitting right next to her. I showed y'all this view yesterday, and then I showed y'all the view of her husband's face. He looked disgusted. He looked disgusted.
Is that he is a special government employee who works for the White House. There are thousands of them in the federal government.
So reclaiming
and
my
is
time,
an advisor,
Secretary, it is
has
okay for
no,
you to be
no
offended
authority
by
to
the
be
question.
making any
it is
decisions.
okay for you to
has
be
no
offended
authority
by the
to
question.
making
But it is
decisions
also
and
a
putting
real
up your
question.
position. So what I would say
And
to
you should be able to
is
answer
that
the
what we do
question
at the Department of Homeland Security
clearly
every single
and without
day,
any hesitation.
every single day is to protect
If
this
someone
country
is
and to
asking
make
if
decisions.
you or any federal official is sleeping with their subordinate, that should
I
be
have-
the easiest. You should be wanting to answer that question.
Is garbage.
Because it is not about
It is
your sex
offensive
life.
that you have brought
It is
that up.
about your
So
judgment.
that kind of garbage
It is
has
about
been refuted
reclaiming
for
my
years,
time so
and
that
you
I
need
can
to
hear myself.
recognize-
Time belongs to the gentlelady from California, but it'd be nice if you would let her respond.
I will. I want to let you know.
And this is what she did all day for those 2 days, was dance around the answers.
Is about your judgment and decision making. It is about the 260,000 employees that work under you that want to make sure that you are giving information and making decisions clearly. It is about conflict of interest. It is about a national security risk. Department of Homeland Security was created right after 9/11 to protect the homeland. And DHS has circulated an internal bulletin to law enforcement partners warning that the conflict of the war we're in could inspire lone actors or small-scale cyber activity inside the United States, according to a memo obtained by ABC News. So American lives are at risk. The people who work for you are at risk. And they want to know that the person at the top, you, are making decisions clearly without any sort of cloudiness, and that
her decisions was clouded like crazy. She knew nothing about every case that they asked her about. She knew nothing.
your decisions because you're the secretary who was confirmed. That's what this is about. Saving the lives of Americans and not costing them millions of dollars, and not having a secretary who's compromised in her decision making. And Mr. Chair, before I yield my time, I would like to enter into the record some articles, and I'm asking for unanimous.
All right, I'm gonna pause it right there. She's lucky to still have a job, y'all. She's very fortunate to still have a job, period. Let me take a look. But this guy that's going to be I'm taking her place, I'm getting ready to load it with some guys. Here you go, right here.
Mullen just today said
This is who will be taking her place.
Anything away. You're right that he will likely have an easier confirmation process because he is so well known to these senators. And of course, Oklahoma is a deep red state, which means that his seat is not necessarily in any danger of turning from Republican to Democrat, which is another reason that he was probably an attractive candidate for the president for this role.
And just to cue our audience in on how this was such a fast-moving circumstance on Capitol Hill today, about 2 hours ago, reporters encountered Senator Mullen, and he said, I haven't talked to the president at all. I've got no comment on this. The president supports Secretary Noem. I support Secretary Noem. And then according to our email traffic, Nancy, by my vision.
That's wild. He found out with the world that he was selected. That's crazy.
About 10 minutes before the social media post that came from the president announcing that Kristi Noem was out, Senator Mullen engaged with.
Did you guys see that picture behind her? Disturbing. A bunch of Latinos behind bars. That's not what's up.
They're talking to their colleague at this moment, Mark Wayne Mullen, who was dogged by reporters in the halls of Congress just today, said he hadn't spoken to the president, didn't give anything away. You're right that he will likely have an easier confirmation process because he is so well known to these senators. And of course, Oklahoma is a deep red state, which means that his seat is not necessarily in any danger of turning from Republican to Democrat, which is another reason that he was probably an attractive candidate for the president for this role.
And just to cue our audience in on how this was such a fast-moving circumstance on Capitol Hill today, about 2 hours ago, reporters encountered Senator Mullen, and he said, I haven't talked to the president at all. I've got no comment on this. The president supports Secretary Noem. I support Secretary Noem. And then according to our email traffic, Nancy, by my vision.
Here, for these ads, look at the background. Look at the background, gang. This is what she spent that money on. Ads, advertisement. Look at that. So this is what you feel about Latinos? Tattoos and what is this? What is this? This is what you feel. Every Latino out there got a shaved head and tattoos. Come on, man. This is what she spent the money on. These advertisements, these ads. This is disgusting.
10 minutes before the social media post that came from the president announcing that Kristi Noem was out, Senator Mullen engaged with reporters again and said, I just talked to the president. And then boom, announcement came.
Yeah. And
This is what this is what she spent the money on, gang. These look at this. Look at this. Without Trump's approval.
Mirrors the fact that the president has been talking to reporters this morning, as have some of his top aides, saying a variety of things as well, implying that he was not happy but hadn't made up his mind about what to do about Noem's leadership at the Department of Homeland Security, then indicate that he probably was going to fire her, and then culminating with this announcement that the president made on True Social that he is indeed moving her off of that role into another one.
Nancy, one other point to make. This is a personnel matter, and it's always of interest to the nation and the country when a cabinet secretary is sidelined. But there's a war going on in the Middle East. The Department of Homeland Security is the lead agency in monitoring and creating information for states and localities to deal with the threat matrix, which is clearly in a different posture than it was a week ago. And now it will be without a Senate-confirmed cabinet secretary.
They're going to get that guy in there pretty fast.
That's the sound of an American oil company hard at work. Want to be a part of it?
I
Listen
can't
up.
see Kristi playing
Hello,
that role.
my name is-
I can't see Kristi playing that role.
It certainly will. And these are, even a fast-moving confirmation process takes time in the Senate major. And that's not to mention the fact that there are also positions open overseas as well, important ambassadorships in the Middle East that have not been filled, that we know have been slowing communication, as you would expect, between the U.S. and those countries. Things just move a lot more.
There go another act. She's just spending that money
more smoothly when you have ambassadors installed in countries that are very important. So, this creates another headache for the administration, even if they know who is going to hold that job eventually.
And Nancy, one last point. After the death of Alex Preddy, which came after the death of Renee Good on the streets of Minneapolis, the president dispatched Tom Homan, his White House immigration czar, and that was not a full-blown sidelining of Kristi Noem as DHS secretary who was leading the charge in Minneapolis, but it was clearly interpreted in the agency.
And still, nothing has come from Renee or Alex's death. Nothing.
And in Washington, as pushing her out of the way and less in the spotlight. That was a sort of foreshadowing of the difficulty she was in, culminating in today's news.
Yes, and it has.
And that's true because we didn't see her after Alex Preddy. She wasn't that vocal, gang. She wasn't. I'm going to play this a little more and then I'm going to go ahead and close out. This was just going to be a quick live stream. I will be back later on tonight. I'm not sure what topic I may talk about.
Always been a sort of delicate situation because on one hand, there were those within the White House who were arguing that in Minneapolis, the aggressive things that Noem was doing and saying were at the behest of the.
I said this last night and I'm going to say it again. They were trying to compete with Obama's numbers.
President's right-hand man, his deputy chief of staff, Stephen Miller. And, and so she pushed back at that time and said, I was really just doing what I had been encouraged to do. And that's why, while she was sort of moved off of that assignment and kind of refocused.
And they went rogue. They didn't care. They weren't asking for proof. They were hemming up and grabbing, snatching up U.S. residents. They just was doing the most, doing way too much.
on the border, there wasn't a move at that time to let her go. But one of the cardinal sins with this president is to say publicly that he did something that he insists he didn't do. And that appears to have been the final straw and what led to her being ousted as Secretary of Homeland Security.
Really grateful to Nancy Cordes for all the help.
Trump said, forget that. You're not going to lie on me. I don't blame him. Like I said, I don't agree with a lot of things that Trump do, but on this one, he did what he was supposed to do. Let me take some comments, gang, and then I'm going to go ahead and close out. Let's see what y'all got to say up in here. How do y'all feel about this? Hold on. Would you say now? Wait, let me read this. Now all of Trump sycophants won't jump. Won't jump to do what he asked. You think? Right. And the local, state, and federal government employees did actively supported the rebellion against government officials should also be removed and prosecuted. I think that's what you meant. Hey, Tady, they are way too. Hold on, gang. They are moved. Or you meant to say they are way too slow to come close to Obama's numbers. I agree. And Obama, there was no one unalived. No one was unalived. She should be prosecuted. Her actions were fraudulent and criminal, very much so. Hold on. When you reach into murky water, you never know what you'll put out. Facts. Hold on, let me see. Once the firing starts, the whole thing came undone. Yeah, she was doing a lot. A lot. That live yesterday I did was just, it was a lot. It was a lot, gang. Let me see if there's any more comments up here. Later on, when I go live, I'll drop the link. I really wasn't prepared for this one. I just grabbed a couple of clips and came on real quick since I covered this last night. You said she needs to take her millions and retire. At least she still got a job. She has to be thankful for that. Because she could be walking away with nothing. You said deport them all. What'd you say? I remember the Linkin Park song, Guilty All the Same. Gang, please make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. I talk about various topics. This platform, all opinions are respected. I dropped the link. You could come up, speak your piece. I welcome it. So, but all right, gang, I just wanted to do a quick 45-minute live on this. I will be back if something else happens. Hey, we'll see what goes on. Tati. Me and Dove call you Tati. It's Tati, though. All right, gang. With that being said, hit the like on the way out, and I'll see y'all in a minute. Bye.
It's your under the creek. Sip with me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under the creek, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack.
Let me say this real quick. Anybody have any ideas or want me to cover something? Drop down in one of my shorts and one of my uploads in the comments of my live stream. Drop a comment, and I swear I'll do anything and everything that I can to make sure it happens for you. All right? So any ideas, whatever y'all want to cover. We just got done covering the Epstein case. Whatever y'all want to do. All right?
And talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping. sipping his tea. Sipping his tea. Spilling and sipping his tea. Spilling and sipping his tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's Yolanda the Great, shining bright, set the stage. Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape and sip his tea.
Okay, this is the last thing I just remembered, gang. Bill Gates and Lutnick, their depositions are coming soon. I will be covering that. So just to let you guys know, I cannot wait. Also, We Beat You will be covering those topics as well. So tune in, gang. Subscribe to the channel.
Sip with me, spilling his tea, spilling and sipping his tea, spilling and sipping his tea, spilling his tea, spilling his tea, spilling his tea, spilling his tea.